I would just like to announce that class is now in session. Okay? Hey you guys, your girl Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Period. Y'all already know how we do it. Do not mind my nails. Well, not this hand, but this hand. I look wretched. I was in the midst of taking my nails off because I'm getting them done again tomorrow. But I thought about it. I was like, I don't want to be talking, and I do a lot of talking with my hands, and I'm on the camera with no nails on. So, or looking extra ratchet because I got like more than this many nails off. Do that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But as you guys can see, we are in a different location. And not really, I'm just not in my bathroom. I'm sitting at my desk in my room. Yeah, the light is good in here too, so mind yours and just stick with me. As you can tell from the title, you guys came to the right place to find out how to get flued out and the best tips and tricks to being safe and doing it and having a successful flight. I'm going to teach you how to get flued out, how to be safe while doing it, and just how to just maneuver with the whole situation, okay? Just how to do it the right way. Let me tell you, okay, baby girl, because yeah, we ain't gonna talk a little bit too much about me, but we could get into you, because apparently you want to get flued out, right? Okay, so I done wrote down some tips and tricks on my little note card. Stop peeking. Stop. I done wrote down some tips and tricks on my little note cards. So I'm going to be telling y'all how to do this. So let's just get right into it. Okay, first things first that I wrote down is make sure you are of age. I was a little fast as a little kid. I probably was like 16 or 17 when I found out about getting flued out. Of course, that wasn't the term for it yet, but I always wanted a guy to fly me out. Is that crazy? That's crazy. But I never do it at that age. But you don't want to, if you're 15, 16, 17, maybe even 18, don't try to get flued out. Just don't do it. Do it for me, please. And I don't want to encourage y'all to do anything that y'all shouldn't be doing. So with that being said, make sure you are at least 18 years or older. I would recommend that you are at least 21, you know what I'm saying? Because then at that point, you're considered grown. But 18 is the legal age of an adult. You're considered an adult at that age. So I'm just going to be the one to tell you, make sure you are at least 18 years or older before you fly out anywhere. It is crazy people out here, okay? Crazy people. You hear me? Crazy people, okay? People will try to kill you. People will try to put you on sex trafficking. People will try to trap you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be grown. Okay? That's tip number one. Now, tip number two. I didn't really count how many tips I got. We're just going to go with what I was. Okay. Tip number two is, ladies, you always want to look like a bad, okay? Did you hear me? A bad. You always want to look like a baddie, okay? You always want to keep your looks up to par. The guys that's finna fly you out want the cutest females on their arm. The baddest of the baddest. Okay, that's another tip for if you're trying to get a sugar daddy, poo. If you're trying to get a sugar daddy, they tend to go for the really good looking ones. So put on your best outfit, do your makeup, do your hair, take hella pictures, hella pictures, take hella pictures, okay? Post them, get that man's attention, okay? Get his attention. If y'all start talking, y'all start talking. Cool. But make sure you always like a baddie. Always like a baddie. You just always have to look pretty, like you just do. Now, let's move on to tip number three. Do your research. Do your research. You hear me? Do your research. If this person is not a celebrity, even though we don't know these celebrities, like how they really are as people or like their personal lives, if y'all don't know about them PUA boys, get you one, sis, because PUA is over, but some way, somehow they finding out ways to still get that check. So get you a PUA boy, get you a scammer, get you a little celebrity, a rapper, whatever, you know? And just do your research on this person. If you can look them up, search them up, you know what I'm saying? Do your research. Make sure you know who it is you're flying out with or flying out to. Make sure you know. Tip number 4, you want to gain their trust. You don't want to make them feel like you're using them, okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, okay? You just want to make them feel comfortable enough to know that they fly you out. Don't do too much, especially if it's a celebrity. Don't do too much recording them, exposing them. Don't do the extraness. Stop snitching and you running your mouth. He doing you a favor and just helping you out a little bit, sis. So let's just, you know what I'm saying? Just, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, let's say you done did all that, he got your ticket, and now you flying out. Like, now is the day that you get there, you're there, whatever. Expect to do the nasty. That's all I'm gonna say. Expect to do the nasty. This also ties into why you have to be an adult, because if you are underage, someone that is flying you out has to be an adult. Someone that is buying tickets and booking you a flight has to be 18 or older. This person has to be an adult to book flights. Can't do it if you're underage. You can't book no flight underage. You have to be an adult. Therefore, if you're underage and you're flying out to somebody and y'all have sex, y'all do the nasty, y'all have sexual intercourse, I believe that's called like statutory rape or something like that. Whether you wanted to do it or not. That's not legal. Okay? That is not okay. So, like I said, expect to do the nasty and make sure you're an adult. Because these men ain't flying you out halfway across the world for nothing, sweetie. And you never know when you're going to see them again. You never really know, especially if they live half across the world. Especially if it took you a long enough time before they got comfortable enough to even send you a flight. You know what I'm saying? If that already took a while because y'all both was busy or it just didn't happen. Yeah, like, just expect to do the nasty. Get it done with, whatever, you know? Next. Tell someone where you're going. This is the part when it comes time to be safe, because now you are here. You are here, okay? And now you have to be hopeful that this person is who they say they are, okay? So tell someone, at least a friend, a cousin, a sister, a brother, somebody. Let somebody know where you are going. That is mandatory. What if something happened to you? Who gonna find you? Who? Like, you always want to let somebody know where you are. Plus, while you're there, it's good, so that way it's just good, so that way like somebody can check on you and just make sure you're good. You know what I'm saying? My next tip: have your own money. Okay, at least have your own spending money if he paid for the flight. Because what if he spent his last on these flights? Like, you really don't know this man's pockets. You know what I'm saying? People pump fake all the time. People do that all the time. Pretend to be somebody that they're not. That's like a thing. So you want to always have your own money. So that way you don't got to depend on him to eat. You don't have to depend on him to go shopping or just to do simple fun things or whatever. You don't have to depend on him. You do not. Because what if you don't want to do the nasty? What if something go wrong and he don't want to send you a flight back? Oh, I forgot to mention it. Make sure your ticket is a round trip, mamas. make sure it's a round trip, not a one-way. Because if it's a one-way, I know you didn't just go somewhere and not know how you getting back. I mean, unless you plan to pay for your own ticket back. Don't ever accept no one-way trips. So make sure you have your own money so that way you can spend how you would like and you don't have to be on somebody else's terms. You don't have to spend on somebody else's terms. Does that make sense? Okay. Next tip is always have a backup plan. Okay. If staying with him doesn't work, get a hotel. Okay. Make sure you can get a hotel. Like I said, this also ties into having your own money. Have a backup plan. Have a backup plan. Especially if you're going somewhere where you know you have a friend out there. Tell your friend. Let your friend know. Hey, I'm going to be such and such in this place. I'm going to be with this guy that I met. If things go left, is it all right if I stay with you? Or is it okay if I stop by? Or whatever. You know, but always have a backup plan. You want to be safe. That is so important. Okay? That is so important. Lastly, do not get too comfortable, okay? Do not ever get too comfortable. It just makes you look so much more like a boss. You know, it just makes you look so much more like a boss if you don't get too comfortable. You should never be too accessible to a man. Never. You should never be always available to a man. You don't run on his time. No. Don't ever stay nowhere for a whole entire week. 2 weeks. You don't live there. Go home. Okay? Make it seem like, don't you got things to do? If you're an adult, you should have things to do. You should not be wanting to be laid up under a man that sent you a flight. Okay? Y'all hearing me? Don't get too comfortable. Never, ever, ever do that. Never, ever, ever do that. Okay? So, yeah. That's just my little tips and tricks on how to have a safe and successful flight, or how to safely and successfully get flew out. Hope y'all learned something from this. Hope y'all take my advice. And yeah, if y'all want, I can tell y'all my own experience, but I don't know if I want to share that just yet. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram. It is here in the corner down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Also, I'm on the road to 10K. Get me to 10K for a giveaway, okay? So, yeah, that's about it. I love y'all